The room was quiet. Too quiet for a married couple. Nora Blake stood near the window, staring outside as the city lights flickered in the distance. Her reflection in the glass looked distant, like she didn't belong in her own life. Behind her, footsteps approached. Slow, careful. Evan Carter. Her husband. He stopped just a few steps away, close enough to reach her, but not close enough to feel familiar. "Nora," he said softly. She didn't turn. There was a time when hearing his voice made her smile. Now, it only reminded her of what was missing. "What is it?" she asked, her tone flat. Evan hesitated, like he was choosing every word carefully. "I just wanted to talk." She let out a quiet breath. About what? Silence. That was the problem. There was always silence between them now. Finally, he stepped closer. Slowly, gently. His hand reached out and touched her arm. Nora flinched. Not because it hurt, but because it felt wrong. Unfamiliar. Like a stranger touching her. Evan pulled his hand back instantly. Pain flickered in his eyes. "I'm sorry," he said quietly. Nora turned now, confusion mixing with frustration. "Why do you always say sorry?" she asked. He didn't answer right away. Because the truth was something he didn't know how to explain. "I don't know how to reach you anymore," he admitted. Her chest tightened. "You used to," she said softly. Another silence. Heavier this time. Evan looked at her like he was searching for something. Something he had lost. Or maybe something he was trying to remember. "I'm trying," he said. "But it doesn't feel like it," she replied. Because it didn't. Every touch felt distant. Every word felt rehearsed. Every moment felt empty. Like he was there, but not really there. Nora turned away again, her voice quieter now. "Sometimes it feels like you don't even know me." That hit him hard, because deep down, he was starting to feel the same way. Like pieces of something were missing. Moments, memories, feelings, things he couldn't explain, things he couldn't hold on to. And the more he tried, the further she seemed to slip away. That night, they lay in the same bed, but miles apart. Nora stared at the ceiling, wide awake. Beside her, Evan shifted slightly. His hand moved again, slowly, carefully, and rested near hers, but not touching, like he wasn't sure he had the right to. Nora noticed, and for the first time, instead of pulling away, she hesitated, because something didn't feel right, not just between them, but about him. The way he looked at her, the way he touched her, the way he spoke, like he was afraid of getting it wrong. Like he wasn't just distant, like he was lost. And deep down, a quiet, unsettling thought began to form. What if he wasn't acting like a stranger, because something inside him had changed? Or worse, what if the man she married wasn't the same man anymore? Morning came, but nothing felt new. Nora Blake stood in the kitchen, pouring coffee into 2 cups. Same routine, same silence. Behind her, Evan Carter walked in slowly, like he was still learning the space. "Morning," he said. She glanced at him. "Morning." He hesitated near the table, looking at the chairs, like he wasn't sure which one was his. Nora noticed. Of course she did. "You always sit there," she said, pointing. Evan blinked slightly. "Oh, right." He sat down. But the way he adjusted himself, careful, uncertain, made her chest tighten. This wasn't just distance anymore. This was unfamiliarity. She placed the coffee in front of him. Their fingers brushed. Again, he pulled back too quickly. "Sorry," he muttered. Nora frowned. "Evan, stop apologizing." He gave a small nod, but his eyes stayed lowered. Silence stretched between them. Then she asked something simple, something he should know. What are we doing this weekend? Evan froze. Just for a second. But it was enough. He looked up, forcing a faint smile. I'm not sure. What did we plan? Nora's heart dropped. You made the reservation, she said slowly. Another pause. Longer this time. I must have forgotten, he said quietly. Forgotten. That word echoed in her mind. Evan didn't forget things like that. He never had. Not birthdays. Not plans. Not details about her. But now, he was forgetting everything. Later that day, Nora stood in their bedroom, holding an old photo album. Memories filled every page. Trips. Laughter. Moments that once felt alive. Evan walked in. What's that? He asked. She looked at him carefully. Photos, she said. A pause. Our photos. He stepped closer. Looked down at them. There they were. Him and Nora. Smiling. Happy. In love. But something was off. His expression. Not recognition. Not nostalgia. Confusion. Do you remember this? She asked quietly. Evan stared at the picture longer. Too long. We went there, right? He said uncertainly. Nora felt her chest tighten. It was our anniversary, she whispered. Silence. Evan's jaw tensed slightly. I'm trying, he said softly. Trying. That word scared her more than anything else. You shouldn't have to try, she said, her voice trembling now. You should just know. Evan looked at her. And for the first time, there was something raw in his eyes. Fear. I know, he admitted. That's when it hit her. Fully. This wasn't emotional distance. This wasn't a broken relationship. This was something else. Something deeper. Something wrong. Evan, she said slowly. He didn't look away this time. What's happening to you? Silence filled the room. Heavy. Suffocating. Evan swallowed hard. I don't know, he said honestly. And that was the moment everything changed. Because she believed him. Every strange look. Every distant touch. Every forgotten memory. It wasn't choice. It wasn't neglect. It was something he couldn't control. Something he didn't understand. Nora felt fear rise in her chest. Not fear of losing him emotionally, but fear of losing him completely. Since when? She asked softly. Evan hesitated. A few weeks, he said. Small things at first. Names, places. A pause. Then you. Her breath caught. You forgot me. His voice broke slightly. Not completely, he said quickly. But sometimes, it feels like I'm looking at you, and trying to remember why you matter so much. That shattered her. Tears filled her eyes. Because now she understood. He didn't touch her like a stranger. Because he wanted to. He touched her like a stranger. Because part of him didn't recognize her anymore. And that truth was more terrifying than anything she had imagined. The hospital smelled cold. Sterile. Unforgiving. Nora Blake sat beside Evan Carter, her hands tightly clasped together, waiting, hoping, fearing the answer she wasn't ready to hear. The doctor finally walked in. Serious expression. Quiet voice. It's early-stage memory loss, he said carefully. A neurological condition, progressive. Nora felt the words hit her like a wave. Progressive. Meaning it wouldn't stop. What does that mean? She asked, her voice barely steady. The doctor glanced at Evan, then back at her. It means over time, he may forget more things. A pause. People. Moments. Even relationships. Silence. Nora couldn't breathe for a second. Beside her, Evan looked down. Not surprised. Just tired. I didn't want to tell you, he said quietly. She turned to him. You knew. He nodded slightly. I started noticing it weeks ago, he admitted. I kept hoping it would stop. That it was just stress. Her eyes filled with tears. And you didn't think I deserved to know? I was scared, he said honestly. Scared you'd look at me differently. Like I was already gone. That broke her. Because for a moment, she had thought he was distant, cold, like a stranger. But the truth was, he was fighting to hold onto her. I'm sorry, he whispered. Nora shook her head quickly. No, she said, her voice breaking. I'm the one who's sorry. She moved closer. Closer than she had in months. I thought you were pulling away from me, she said. Evan let out a quiet breath. I was trying not to lose you, he replied. That was it. The truth. And suddenly, everything made sense. Every careful touch. Every hesitation. Every sorry. He wasn't distant. He was afraid. Afraid of forgetting her. Afraid of losing the one person who mattered most. Nora's heart ached. But something else rose with it. Strength. She took his hand. This time, she didn't hesitate. Look at me, she said softly. Evan did. Their eyes met. I don't care how much you forget, she said. Her voice steady now. Certain. I'll remind you. His breath caught. Every day, she continued. Every moment. Tears filled his eyes. Nora. You touched me like a stranger, she whispered. A small emotional smile forming through her tears. But now I know why. She squeezed his hand tighter. And I'm not going anywhere. Silence filled the room. But this time, it wasn't heavy. It was full. Full of something real. Something stronger than fear. Love. Not the easy kind. Not the perfect kind. But the kind that stays. Even when everything else begins to fade. Evan looked at her like he was trying to memorize her face. And maybe he was. Because even if his memory failed, something deeper remained. A feeling. A connection. Something that couldn't be erased so easily. Nora leaned closer, resting her forehead gently against his. You don't have to remember everything, she whispered. A pause. Just don't stop feeling. Evan closed his eyes, holding on to that moment. Because even if time took everything else away, this, he never wanted to lose. The end.